Smell is part of the signal. Body odor carries biological information. Sweat changes depending on the context. Health, genetics, diet, hygiene, microbiome all contribute. Human chemosensory communication is real. A specific human sex pheromone is much less established. I have written a whole book on this called Masculine Gene Expression, which you can get in the link below. It goes through all the different types of androgens, all the different types of DHT and testosterone derivatives, androstenedione, androstenol. There's so many, and each sweat pheromone creates a different psychological influence on the female who is picking it up through the olfactory sense, which is kind of, it's in the, she doesn't smell it. She does smell it, but it's interpreted by a particular mechanism that was once thought dormant. But women do interpret this, and they feel it in their nervous system because they have a stronger sense of smell comparatively to men, because they need to be more aware of subconscious attraction because they're more at risk of physical danger than men, because they're not as strong or physically intimidating as men. This is really relatively simple when you just break it down in basics. Why are women better at sensing an attractive man without the visual component? Well, because they have to be. They have to be. Okay? It's inaccurate to say that she smells masculinity. Rather, she just, her perception is integrating chemical information in the air that relaxes her nervous system. Like, if you're a very high testosterone man, and you can tell, like, if you've got a lot of hair, like I have a lot of, like, you can kind of see on my hands, like I've got a lot of hair on my, I'm not sure this camera's picking it up, but I have a lot of hair on my knuckles and the tips of my fingers, and even my like I've got like hobbit feet. Like, genuinely, my feet are really, really hairy. That's how you know you've got high testosterone naturally. When you naturally have high testosterone and you excrete pheromones through sweat, the chemical signatures that she's picking up, it actually soothes her nervous system because it creates polarity. It's almost like, this sounds very Disney. It's like she's sensing a missing piece of her. If she's feminine, in her feminine, and it also depends on when she's ovulating, and hopefully she isn't taking any contraception internally, because this is going to mess her up. But when a feminine woman who's not on any contraception is in the presence of a very masculine, high testosterone man, and you can be a high testosterone man by the book in the description below, Masculine Gene Expression. Not just testosterone, but DHT and all the derivatives. Remember, testosterone is a means to what? As a means to expressing more masculine genes, yeah? And pheromones. I'm doing that because you can't tell I'm perspiring slightly. But there are studies on this. There's studies in my book, the t-shirt experiment, whereby high testosterone men sweated in a t-shirt and it was given to women, and they would always pick the most attractive scents, which correlated with the highest amount of androgen metabolites on the sweat. So washing actually too much with lots of perfume and covering that up, if you're a high testosterone man, doesn't help you. It weakens you because you're masking your natural polarizing scent.